quick of our Torah. This week's Parsha, of course, Bo, has the last three of the plagues. First one was locusts, which destroyed the Egyptian economy. So economically, they were ruined because the locusts came and ate their entire crop. There was nothing left. Sort of a mita kadegamita, because remember, it was Yosef who got them through the famine of the 7 years. And when Pharaoh decided that he couldn't remember, quote unquote, Yosef, so now God says, okay, you don't remember how he got you through that famine? You're going to have a real famine now. You'll have nothing. And then comes the plague of darkness. And the plague of darkness, it's a very interesting thing that it comes right after the economy is destroyed, but before the last vestige of Egypt is. There's only one thing left after the plague of darkness, and that's the continuity of Egyptian society, the death of the firstborn. The plague of darkness, though, destroys the ideological basis of Egypt. The Egyptians worshipped, among other things, the sun. As long as there's sun, their god was in the heavens. The name of their god was Ra, and they prayed to Ra. They prayed to the sun. And here you have the plague of darkness, that it wasn't just a physical darkness. It was a spiritual darkness. That there was so dark that people could not see each other. They could not even communicate with each other. The only people who had light was the Israelites, the Jews. They could see, they had no problem. Sort of pointing out that the Torah is light and the idol worship of the Egyptians was darkness. You should know, and you should remember that when God created the light on the first day, and Rashi there says that this wasn't the light that we know. This was not the sun. The sun was created later on in the week. It was a different type of light, a light of enlightenment, you might say, that it was a light for the righteous, that they should be able to see the righteousness of themselves. So this is what God was destroying among the Egyptians, telling them, you are people in darkness. You believe it, you believe in the sun, I'm taking that away. And the Jews, meantime, not only could they see, they could go around to the Egyptian houses to see where the money they had stolen from the Jews was. And afterwards, when they were going ready to leave Egypt, so the Jews would say, I want this back pay, because we worked as slaves, I deserve back pay. They, well, we have nothing. He says, oh, yes, you do. You have it here, here. Everywhere everything was hidden, they knew. Because remember, they could see everything during this plague. So basically, this is continuing the total destruction of Egypt, but also a lesson to the Jews. If you follow the Torah, you will be in light. If you don't follow the Torah, you will be in darkness. And that is perhaps the most important lesson of the plague of darkness. We want to be in the light. We follow the Torah. We do the commandments. We will be in light. But like I said, if you want to follow anything else, remember that there's a fellow Kirster, who originally was a communist and was arrested by the Soviets. And he wrote a book called Darkness at Noon about the experiences he had. Because even though these people come along and say, oh, we're going to make life better, they always make life worse. And that's why we have to follow, if you want to be enlightened, you have to be enlightened by the Torah. Nothing else will enlighten you. Something to think about.